On my podcast. I'm so appreciative of each and every one of you. Thank you so much for connecting with me. I am Coach Cook. I am your trusted name in coaching. It's my duty and it is my privilege to help you navigate through life, to help you navigate your thoughts, to help you navigate your ways, to help you navigate your level of discernment through life. As I always ask you to do two things every day: to say nothing but good things to yourself and to say nothing but good things about yourself. Why is this critical? Because there are so many people that can say bad things about you. They can create words or things about you that doesn't even fit you and that's not even true. And you don't need to add to that collection. So I ask and I plead with each and every one of you to say nothing but good things to yourself and about yourself. Without further ado, I want to make sure that you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Without further ado, I am talking a different language today. I am talking a different language today because so many people, they walk around trying to protect their brand. So many people, they try to protect what happens to them. And the riskiest people, really, the people that don't take risks, there's no reward. But when you take risks, there are rewards associated with it. Why am I saying this to you? Apple, the iPhone company, and I need y'all to get a pen and paper out. Need y'all to get a pen and paper out as I go through this, because I want you to write this down and I ask that you pass everything that I'm saying along. Apple, who is worth $3.5 trillion. Listen to me. They're worth $3.5 trillion. When they initially started, listen to me, they started with three men: Steve Jobs, Steve Wachowski, and a guy that nobody ever heard of named Robert Wayne. Robert Wayne, keep that in mind. I preached a whole sermon on this. Robert Wayne was the oldest out of the two. And back in the 1970s, when they first created Apple, listen to me, Robert Wayne put up $800. Listen to me. And he had 10% of the company. So all he did was pull up $800 and he owned 10% of Apple, which is worth $3.5 trillion. So that $800 that he put down towards Apple, he would have flipped it and he would have been worth $350 billion. $350 billion. But his thing was he got nervous, and just 14 days after he gave up the $800, he was scared to take risks. Yeah. And after he forfeited the $800, Apple became successful. And in the midst of their success, Robert Wayne then, when he was no longer a part of Apple because he forfeited, because he gave up his $800 and he was no longer willing to take risks. I need you to write this down. He then began to bash Steve Jobs. He said Steve Jobs stink. He said Steve Jobs didn't know what he was doing. Steve Jobs had become a millionaire, him and Steve Wachowski. Why is that critical? Because whenever you take risks, the people that don't want to take risks will start talking about you. Yeah, Kevon. The people that are not succeeding because they refuse to take a risk will start throwing shade your way. The people that's not succeeding, Kevon, I need you to get this, will begin to throw rocks at you. Yeah. And some of us, why am I saying this to you? Because it's critical. Because some of us are, if you have no rocks being thrown at you, that means that you're not taking enough risks. That means that you're not that big of a threat. Yeah. We pray. Listen to this, Kevon. Listen to this, Nene. We always pray for elevation, but we run from confrontation. God. Yeah. We always pray, Nene. Listen to this, Eve. We always pray, God, can you elevate me? God, give me some level of elevation. Take me to the new level where there's a new devil waiting for you. But we are scared of the confrontation. You want elevation, but you don't want the confrontation. I am telling each and every one of you that in order for you to get to the next level, there has to be a level of risky business. Yeah. Yeah. A level of risky business. Every new level, I need you to get this. Every new level has a scar associated with it. I don't know if anybody has ever told you that. Q, let me say this to you again. Every new level has a scar associated with it. Every new level has a cut associated with it. Every new level demands a break from your comfort zone. You have to detach yourself from your comfort. What do I mean by a scar? What do I mean by a cut? A cut means that somebody may say something that hurts you. Somebody may say something that does something that somebody may say something or do something that may mentally or emotionally cut you. But those are the things that make you grow. You have to be willing to become a threat. Yeah. Put that in the chat. If you ain't threatened, if nobody's threatened by your presence, baby, you're not doing too much. You're not doing much. You're not bossing up. I am asking and I am pleading with each and every one of you that you begin to boss up. And that you know that you begin to walk with faith. Yeah, you begin to walk like you walking into your prosperity. Like you got to walk like you're walking into your abundance, like you're walking with abundance. Yeah. Faith without any fire attached to it is just a mere phase that you're going through. So people act faith, Q, without any fire attached to it, you just going through a phase. And I am here to tell you to break that phase, that you have to start believing in yourself, that you look like you're abundant, that you smell like you're abundant, that you no longer just walking around your home looking like any old thing. That when you go and you look at yourself in the mirror, you see who you really are and not the person who really, I'm telling you. Yeah. Your fear doesn't disqualify you. Your surrender does. So just because your fear, it's okay. Just because you walk around with a little fear, you got to act on that thing and move with the level of boldness. It's not the fear that's disqualifying you. It's when you surrender to the fear. When you know that you're supposed to go out and when you know that you're supposed to go out and you know that you're supposed to apply for a business loan. You know that you're supposed to go out and you know that you're supposed to work a certain amount of hours, but somebody has put in your mind that you need to get a certain amount of sleep. Man, sleep is for suckers. You heard what I said. Sleep is for those that sleep is for those that don't want it. Because if you really want it, there are going to be moments in your life where you lose sleep because you want to put an extra effort into your business. You want to put an extra effort into where you're going. The reason a Rolls Royce can outlast, listen to me, the reason a Rolls Royce can outlast a Lexus, can outlast a Toyota Camry, is because it has two tanks in it. Two tanks. It takes Toyota to make a car in a day. It takes a Rolls Royce to create a car in 7 months, Kevon. And it has two gasoline tanks, which means that when it runs out of one, it uses the other. Why am I sharing this with you? Because we have to get out of our comfort zone. I'm giving you instructions, in order to become a threat, in order to walk heavy, in order to walk like you own the place, in order to walk like you are the boss that you are, you have to change your energy about yourself. You have to look at yourself differently. You have to stop disqualifying yourself. You have to stop being scared of confrontation. I am telling you, Kevon, this guy lost $800. He gained $800 back because he was scared to take a risk with that $800. He would have been $350 billion richer. But he backed up. What risks is God calling you to take that you haven't? What risk is God telling you he's already given you the authority? He's already given you the power. But I have to ask you, don't put in the chat, but what risks that he's already put in your mind to take that you're not taking? What are you so afraid of that's keeping you hostage, that you're not going out there and doing some risky business? I am telling you that if you put some risk out on your name, if you put some risk out on your brand, and it's done with morals and it's done with integrity, baby, the only thing that you're going to walk away with is a lesson. If you're not out here scamming nobody, if you're not out here trying to get over or trying to do a quick scheme, it can do nothing but teach you a lesson. Your brand is your name. And sometimes in order to get your name out there, you have to be risky about it. I told you about Lenny Kravitz. I told you all about Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is Roxy Roker's son. Roxy Roker was the superstar that was on the Jeffersons. She was the star on the Jeffersons. And what happened was, and listen to this, Lenny Kravitz, even though his mother was a celebrity, even though his father was a celebrity, even though she had money, Lenny Kravitz wanted to take a risk with his own name and create his own brand outside of his mother's. So he drives to California and he sleeps in his car. He drives to California and he sleeps in his car for days, and he's walking around Hollywood wanting to be discovered. I'm sharing that with you because sometimes in order to get it, and sometimes in order for you to become who you are destined to become, you got to stop praying for an overflow and not go after it. Yeah, the overflow was right there for you, but you have to be willing to go after it. You cannot sit still and let everybody else make money and let everybody else become successful and let everybody else out here doing the daggone thing. They're traveling at places that you want to travel. They're doing things that you want to do, but yet and still you sitting around scared to step outside of your comfort zone and they out there getting it. Your next level requires a version of you that you have not met yet. Let me say that to you again. Your next level and who you are becoming requires a version of you that you have not met yet. Do you want to meet that person? We want to meet Chris Brown. We want to meet Jay-Z. We want to meet Beyonce. We want to meet Obama. But what about the version of you that's going to take you, that's going to propel you? The version of you that you have not met yet. Your future requires a version of yourself that you have not met. And it's time for you to make yourself available to meet that person. What does that person look like? That person that it requires is a person that's not easily distracted. I'm talking about risk. Stay with me. That version of you that you need to meet is a person that's not easily distracted. That everybody can't text you. Everybody can't call you. That's not easily distracted by episodes. Episode 1. Episode 2. I was looking at episode 1 on TV and I got to look at Pop the Balloon. I got to look at Housewives of Atlanta because Nene, no, it's going to require a discipline you that you have not met yet. That's the version. It's going to require a person that ain't scared to go after it. That you are willing to leave certain people behind. That you're willing to leave a person behind. You can't attract your abundance entertaining distractions. You just can't. You can't attract your abundance entertaining distraction. I never forget. I could have been rich. I am rich, but I was so busy. I could have had a lot of money at one point. I was started with my buddy. My buddy opened a business and he invited me to participate. And he said, man, I'm going to catch this flight out to LA and I want you to come with me. I'm going to meet some people and I want you to come. I think this is going to work for us. At the time, listen to me. At the time, I was partying so hard. At the time, I was going out to the lounges at the time. I was hanging out with my buddies at the time. I would go out, I would eat, we would party, we would drive here. I had to be in the in crowd. My buddy he flew out to California and he met with some people. And now he's a millionaire. But I remember, and I beat myself up sometimes about this. I remember when I had an opportunity to go with him. I'm sharing that with you because we don't cry over spilt milk. We just make sure that we don't spill it no more. And I want to invite you. I want to invite you to meet the version of you that needs you. The version of you that's not easily distracted, the version of you that's willing to turn down your plate, the version of you that's going to move at a high level purpose. That's the version of you that you need. You don't need somebody else's version of them. You don't need to keep going out and you don't need to keep going out and trying to make friends and trying to network with people. How does it look? You're trying to network with everybody else but yourself. Tap into yourself and find out. The last thing I want to talk about, the last thing, we talked about being a threat. We talked about being a threat. We talked about walking heavy. We talked about the risk factor. I need y'all to get this. The version of you needs a level of discipline that ain't sexy. Nah, nah. You gotta hustle in silence so your future can make noise for you. There's a part of you, listen to me, there's a part of you that you need to hone in. That you weren't about looking cute. You weren't about how you weren't about how you weren't out here looking, weren't about who perceives you, how they perceive you, how they look at you. Nah, your hustle can be ugly sometimes, but your future makes it rewarding. Your hustle can be ugly sometimes, but your future can be rewarding. Somebody put amen in the chat. Yeah, because a lot of us, we're out here waiting for a sign when we are the sign. We're out here, Q, and we're waiting for God to give us a sign when we are the sign. You're waiting for somebody to show up when you already showed up. Now you got to start treating life. You got to start treating your life like not like it's a hobby, but you got to start treating your life like it's an assignment. You are on assignment. Today is the day where you stop looking at your life as a hobby that you're going from day to day. No, you go with purpose in mind. You go with riskiness in mind. You go like you're on assignment. Every day you wake up, you're on assignment to meet the version of you that you need. You're on assignment to be the greater you. Baby, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If you have not hit that like button, make sure that you hit that like button. I want to connect with you. I want to connect with you. I hope that you have enjoyed this segment. We talked about the risk factor. And today we talked about the elements or the ingredients of being risky. Why? Why is that? Because where there's no risks, there's no reward. And so many of us, we walk around where there's no risk, we're not being rewarded for our true value because we're not being risky enough and we're not stepping outside the boat. And I plead with you and I beg with you that from this day forward, that you move different, that you move hot and that you move heavy. Move like you're unstoppable. A person would touch something cold quick, but they won't touch anything hot. As a matter of fact, they can't even come close to anything hot. And you got to move heavy because some people will try to treat you like you light. You don't have to tell everybody how you're moving. You just do it. Hopefully this bless you. I'm asking that you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that your tomorrow is filled with nothing but happiness. I hope that your tomorrow is filled with nothing but joy. Most importantly, I hope that you move like you're on assignment. I hope that you move like you are a problem. Most importantly, I hope that you move risky. Yeah. Welcome to the winner circle, baby. I am Coach Cook. I am your trusted name. Make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.